In today's video, I'll be testing out life hacks from 5-Minute Crafts teens, including making a face mask out of eggs and toilet paper, trying the most ridiculous way to dry a shoe I have ever seen, completely myth-busting a tin can stove hack that's been floating around the internet, and making a very pretty flower for your cellmate in prison. And all of these hacks involve toilet paper for some reason. Plus, more things you guys dared me to do in the comment section. In the last video, I asked you guys, what is your spirit animal? And after reading your comments, for some reason, all I wanted to do was watch the animal channel. But then I realized that the comment section in my videos is probably even more wild. But since you guys came up with so many comments, I thought I'd ask another question. What is important to you? It could be anything from your friends and family to beating your friends and family at Fortnite. Be creative with your answers and put whatever you can come up with in the comments. I'll be featuring 10 of my favorite in the next video. Now, let's get this thing going. So for this next toilet paper hack for teens, what we're gonna be doing is putting egg on my face. And that's not just an expression. There's actually gonna be literal egg on my face, and more than likely metaphorical egg on my face as well. Which means that I'm gonna be pretty embarrassed, but that's nothing new for me, especially on this channel. And that being said, let's get this thing going. The first step is pretty easy, and it's gonna start off basically like a cooking hack. We need to separate the egg yolk from the egg white. And that is the best way to separate a yolk ever. Before we move on, I actually just want to show you guys how fun it is to play with an egg yolk. I mean, that's really weird right there. The egg yolk is completely intact and it's able to roll around in my hand without breaking. It's super weird. I wonder if I can throw it into the air and catch it. Oh my god, it's still intact. I'm not even... Okay, it's not anymore. It's not anymore. Something told me that wasn't gonna work, but that's okay. We actually did not need this part of the egg anyways. We can, we'll finish cleaning that up later. Right now what I'm gonna be doing is actually putting the literal egg on my face. This is the egg whites that we just separated. You know, the part that didn't end up on the ground. And I'm just gonna be taking this and brushing it onto my face. Should be pretty fun. I mean, not for me, but hopefully you guys will enjoy this because it's gonna be pretty terrible on my end. But don't worry, after this, it only gets worse. Okay, next up is where the toilet paper gets involved, and I just have to stick the toilet paper to my face, and then cover over that in more egg. I'm basically making myself into an egg paper mache, and this is gonna be good for my skin? Ha! Okay, maybe it's not that preposterous, but we are gonna try it out either way. Just to make sure it's really gonna mask up, I'm gonna have to paint over this again. Okay, now I have to go through the fun part of waiting about 15 minutes or so while all this dries up on my face. Meanwhile, I have no idea what it's actually doing to me. So that makes this all the much more fun. And I'm trying not to use too much expression in my face because if I move too much, then it'll come off too early. And that would just ruin everything, wouldn't it? Kristen, how do I look?
I think you got more handsome.
Good. See, it's working already. Now guys, you gotta make sure never to actually eat any of your face mask because then you'll get salmonella poisoning and possibly die. And it's not that important to look good. And trust me, I look good. I may know a trick that could speed things up a little bit because this is taking a while. And as you guys know, I'm not very patient. So. It feels pretty dry to me. I think I'm gonna try to take it off and see what happens. Okay, that one came off kind of easy. Oh yeah, this one's working. All right. Well, it left a little bit of toilet paper on my face, but that's okay. Actually, it does feel pretty smooth right here. Oh, that one worked perfectly. Wow, my nose actually does feel a lot better. And that one was terrible. So it's kind of hit or miss, actually. Well, I definitely say that you might want to go with another kind of face mask if you can, but this probably isn't the craziest thing in the world to try. That is, if you're into having face masks put on. But I told you by the end of this, I'd have egg all over my face, and I definitely feel like I do. But to be honest, as good as that face mask was or wasn't, I still have to go wash my face now because there's egg all over it in more ways than one. And that being said, we'll be on to the next dare. For this next hack, 5-Minute Crafts suggests that you take a tin can and fill it with toilet paper. Then fill the can with rubbing alcohol, and you can use that to heat up a large pot of water. And although this this seems like something that might work, I definitely have my doubts. Because the thing is, alcohol doesn't actually burn that hot. So to find out if this works, we had to put it to the test. So I shoved a huge wad of toilet paper into a can and poured a whole lot of rubbing alcohol in it. Then I lit it and set the pot of water on top. Now it was a little bit windy out, so I did have to relight the stove several times, but after everything, this water was sitting directly under an open flame for about 20 minutes. So you might assume that this water would be boiling by now, or at least really hot, right? So now here's the big moment when we actually get to find out if this thing worked or not. I mean, you're not gonna be able to make coffee with that or anything, but it's kind of like warm, I'd say. This is like what you would hope for if you're about to go swimming in a pool. It's about that warm. And it only took about 20 minutes too. So if this is a viable solution for heating your water, then I guess you'd probably be happy with just about anything, because this didn't really work. At least not in my opinion, not unless you count lukewarm water to be worth all this. And that being said, we'll be on to the next one. Sometimes life hacks are a little disappointing, and sometimes they're not. And sometimes they're completely insane. Here is an example of one of those. The next thing we're gonna be doing might be the dumbest life hack I've ever seen in a video ever. So I definitely wanted to try it. According to this life hack, if you take a water bottle, wrap toilet paper around it, and stick it in a wet shoe, your wet shoe will be dry in no less than 30 minutes. I think that one of the funniest things about this life hack is that in the video, they show them filling up the water bottle before they put it in the shoe, as if it really matters if it's full of water first, like that's gonna help the process some. But we are definitely gonna try this out anyways. So here I have a big tub of water that I'm spilling all over my floor, and I'm just gonna stick the shoe in it, get it really wet, just sort of similar to how it would be if you stepped in a puddle. Okay, that's about what it would be if you stepped in a really large puddle. Perfect. Then after they have the wet shoes, then they show somebody filling up the water bottle, you know, because that's so important. So right here, the water bottle is filled up, it's got water in it. I don't know how that's gonna help dry the shoe, but it does. And then just wrap the toilet paper around the water bottle. You don't even really need to use that much according to the video, you just sort of wrap it up a little bit. Then you take the water bottle that has the toilet paper wrapped around it and you shove it in the wet shoe. Now sure, that's gonna dry it up a little bit, but not more so than if you'd used as much toilet paper as you did with your stove that didn't work, and you shoved that in here, that might actually dry it. But you are gonna have shredded bits of toilet paper all in your shoes because toilet paper is meant to shred. I'm guessing that 5 Minute Crafts doesn't think that teens are too smart, but I think it could be the other way around. And if teens fall for this, then 5 Minute Crafts was right. But if you saw that life hack and thought, there's no way that's gonna work, you might be smarter than a craft channel. Are you smarter than a craft channel? That's a game show nobody wants to see. All right, I'm gonna give this a few more minutes and then we'll find out if my shoes are dry or not. Okay, I guess that's been 30 minutes. And what do you know? The shoe is still wet. I mean, of course it is. A little bit of toilet paper is not gonna dry up an entire shoe. It's just not. A shoe can soak up more water than a little bit of toilet paper. It's just science. Furthermore, more science up in your face. This water in the water bottle helps none. It would actually probably be better if there was no water in it and instead just leave the cap off of it and keep it empty. That way it could kind of form more of the shoe if you're really trying this stupid method. But don't do any of it. Don't waste your water bottle and don't waste your time. If you got wet shoes, hang them by the laces in the dryer. That might actually work. Or put them in a windowsill. Set them in front of a fan, but don't put your water bottle in it. Don't let me catch you doing it. It's stupid, I promise you. And if you do it, I might laugh at you. And that being said, be on to the next thing. Now, if you're looking for a gift that's gonna make your significant other really question your mental stability, this next one is for you. So the next life hack that we're gonna be doing in this video is actually making a flower or a rose out of nothing but toilet paper. And as soon as I saw this, I realized that these aren't life hacks for teens, these are life hacks for prisoners. I must have gotten these channels mixed up. I could have sworn it said life hacks for teens. I guess sometimes teens go to prison. It does happen. Hopefully not to you. And that being said, let's figure out how to make this little prison flower thing. Theirs were actually really good. They must have had somebody that's been in prison for a long time. Oh, it's ruined now, so I gotta make another one anyways. You know, just in case I get any pen pals. All right, let's see if I can do this here. So you just cut off a length of toilet paper, fold it in half. I think the trick to things like this is just keeping it super, super neat, because otherwise your cellmate is not going to be happy with this rose. And you fold one end over, then fold it back, I think, and Fold it over one time, wrap it once, and then we just start folding it back. So as you get towards the outside, just go a little bit wider, and then try to wrap everything up in the middle. They actually show several different ways on how to complete your prison rows, but this is the basic gist of it. If you come out of it and your prison rows look something like that, I'd say your cellmate is gonna be very happy. I mean, if you're dating somebody on the outside, they might break up with you if you show them this. But under other circumstances, this might actually work. Either way, I'm not very artistic, so I'm actually very proud of the way that this turned out. That's not bad. I mean, for me, that is. You know, for a sane person, this might not actually work, but if I hand this to somebody, they would understand that I probably did spend a lot of time making this, and so some people are definitely going to get more credit for doing things like this than others. But I'll let you guys decide. What do you think of this? Is this something that you would actually feel okay about handing somebody, or does this look as ridiculous as I think it looks? To be honest, I'm kind of torn about it, but I'm actually really curious to see what you guys think of this. Let me know in the comments, is this good or not? I really want to know. All right, moving along. This next life hack involves toilet paper, of course, and this time a food mixer. So according to 5 Minute Crafts Teens, all I have to do is use this inner piece of cardboard right there, and it'll be perfect for winding up a long string of twine or something. And I gotta admit, I was pretty impressed by how well a toilet paper roll fit over one of these things. One of these right here fits perfectly into a toilet paper roll. Unfortunately, there is no reverse mode on this thing, so I'm gonna have to get the cardboard out the old-fashioned way. Now, unfortunately, that is actually not the quickest I've ever gone through a roll of toilet paper, but it's up there. Okay, so I've got the twine on the toilet paper roll, and it's strung out all through my house. Now I guess we're just gonna see if this works. It's doing it! Oh, kinda, yeah! Oh, all right. Got a little bit out of whack there, but that's okay. Yeah! Yeah! That's it. That's the whole thing. And it did work. I mean, it's not super pretty, but it's better than the mess that was all over my house before. And that being said, we'll be on to the next one. So if this video was helpful, or if you just enjoyed watching it, make sure to click the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and bell me for notifications if you'd actually like to see the videos. And of course, I'll be seeing you guys in just a few days with a new video. All right, thanks guys, bye.